Ok. Vale, se había desbloqueado el cuarto de Poppy, que será este, porque este es el cuarto de Fitz. Y ella ha dicho que los cuartos estaban enfrentados, o sea, enfrentados, que se comunicaban el uno con el otro. Así que vamos a ver. Cuarto de Poppy. Madre mía, con la Monster High, ¿no?
Just a bunch of clothes on the floor. Nothing weird about that.
To you. It's an octopus.
No, it's not. It has 6 legs, not 8. Don't say it.
Sextopus.
Muy bien. Muy bien.
That is the bed of a vampire.
I thought vampires slept in coffins.
This is a vampire who needs firm support for their lower back.
Espera un momento, ¿qué es esto? ¿Y este ojo?
Ah, yes, a giant symbol drawn in chalk on the floor. Always a good omen.
It's an eye.
Pero había otro, hemos visto otro, ¿eh? Lo que pasa es que no lo habían...
We're at the top of the tower,
I think
right?
so.
Doesn't matter. It's nothing. We're at the top.
I think so.
Doesn't matter. It's... We're at the top.
I think so.
Doesn't matter.
No lo quiere ver, ¿no?
We're at
I
the
think
top.
so.
Doesn't matter.
Vale, vámonos,
It's...
volvemos a la habitación. Pero ahí hay un ojo, ¿eh? No sé si habremos visto otro. Vale.
A big glass door leads out into a garden. Somehow.
There's a little mechanism by the handle.
¡Ajá! Vale, creo que esto... Vale. Esto estaba en la misma puerta de Fitz. Y es un puzzle que se completa en 2 partes, entonces. Entiendo. Aquí nos dice las partes en las que tiene que ir los soles. Vale, que lo vamos a poner ahora.
I guess we'll come back later.
Sí. Y luego aquí nos dice
It's
la
locked.
parte
I thought we were...
We are.
What's that thing
la
by
parte
the...
en la que tienen que ir las lunas, ¿verdad? Ajá. Esto era así, ¿verdad? Espera un segundo que le echo una foto con el móvil. Yeah, efectivamente. Así era. ¿Vale? Vale, entonces... Vale. Pues esto se queda así. Ok. No creo que haya que hacer nada más, ¿vale?
Let's come back once we know what to do.
Vale. Y ahora esto era...
A big glass door leads out.
There's a little mechanism by the...
Y ahora esto era... Aquí, ¿verdad?
I guess we'll come back later.
No. No, lo tenemos.
A big glass door leads out into
Lo
There's a
tenemos.
little mechanism by...
Pero es que se completa aquí, ese no me acordaba. Vale, esto lo vamos a dejar así.
Something happened.
¿Ha
That
pasado
must
algo?
be it.
¿Tiene que ser eso?
And the door's still locked.
Claro, porque habíamos
I
hecho lo
still feel
otro,
like we made some sort of progress.
pero habíamos hecho el otro puzzle, pero no lo habíamos completado, o sea, no lo habíamos verificado. Soy imbécil. Pero bueno, lo hacemos ahora.
It's locked.
No
I
pasa
thought
nada.
We are.
What's that thing by the...
No pasa nada. Pi.
It made a noise.
I guess that was right. Finally, it's open.
whatever's on the other side better be worth it.
Vale, vamos a ir luego, ¿eh? Aquí no hay un ojo, por cierto, ¿verdad? Vale, no hay ojo. Y en el cuarto de... En el cuarto de... De esta tampoco, ¿verdad? Estoy buscando. A no ser que esto pudiera contar como un ojo con las lupas. Pero no.
Fifi's got something pinned
What is all this?
Vale, no hay. A no ser que esto pudiera contar de alguna forma, representar la figura de un ojo.
Freya?
Mm-hmm.
Pero no. Y aquí en el estudio tampoco, ¿verdad? Vale, vámonos. Vamos a terminar aquí.
More handwritten sheet music.
Empty. Empty. A lamp. It is most definitely turned off. Anything in the wardrobe?
Dresses mostly. I never realized there are so many shades of black.
Ya. Maravilloso.
More handwritten sheet music. More handwritten sheet music.
That is the bit.
I thought
This is a vampire who needs firm support. Anything in the drawers?
Nothing you need to know about.
Anything in the drawers?
Nothing you need to know about.
¿Qué es esto?
It's a metronome for keeping time.
It's ticking.
Vale.
Is it a bomb?
It's supposed to be ticking. Not sure
Claro.
what those symbols are, though. That's done it.
Neat.
Vale. No tenía ni idea de lo que había que hacer,
What
¿eh?
happened?
Little hatch unlocked in the back.
Anything in there?
Mm-hmm. It's a photograph. Part of a photograph.
A ver. ¡Oh! ¡Vámonos! La foto relata muestra a una joven con el pelo rubio vestida de rosa. ¡Ay, hola, chaval! El cambiazo. La chica de la foto está usando un reproductor de casete de color rosa, vivo con cascos a juego. Es la cinta, tío. El resto de la foto muestra a Fifi y Freya. Está escondida en la habitación de Freya. Vámonos.
There's something about that pink cassette tape.
Claro.
Something suspicious.
Let's ask Poppy about it.
Luego.
Oh, thank goodness, there are 7 lit candles. Wouldn't want it to be dark in here.
Ya.
A single red rose. How very traditional.
Yeah, weird.
Various handmade posters.
What do you think those symbols mean?
Hopefully, nothing.
Vale.
Roomy.
But roomy.
Gloomy but
Various
roomy.
handmade posters.
What do you think those...
Hopefully. Various
What do you
handmade-
think those-
Hopefully.
Vale.
Oh, thank. Wouldn't want it to be.
Vamos a la esta.
It's open.
Ah, espera.
There's a name for this kind of piano.
You
You know, these ones that stand upright. Sheet music.
It's only a few notes. I'd barely even call that music.
Yeah, it's been framed though. Must be important for some reason.
Vale, partitura. La partitura ha sido enmarcada y está decorada con delicadas ilustraciones como se hacían antiguamente. Don, 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 don. Vale, vámonos. Ahora sí,
It's open.
ir fuera. Jardín de la azotea. Oh, ¿qué es esto? ¿Pero qué es esto? Oh, aquí es donde llevaba a todos los bichitos. Traía a todos los bichitos la chica.
It's a rose bush, growing on a little patch of bluish soil. Apart from a couple of loose petals on one side, the whole thing looks very well cared for.
The roses are bright red, too.
Now, aren't roses normally that color?
Exactly.
It's another little statue, doing a really bad job of hiding in the bushes.
He's playing a lute this time.
He's also wearing headphones.
Well, they're not part of the statue. And they're not headphones. They're earmuffs.
Ah, estatua de laúd. Una estatua ligeramente erosionada de una escena de teatro sosteniendo un laúd. Han colocado un par de orejeras en la cabeza de la estatua. Monstruo del pantano me anda un logro.
That's one big dragonfly.
Or one very small dragon.
Ya.
It's a two-person bench.
Now, what makes it a two-person bench specifically? It looks pretty standard to me.
Muy bien.
Giant stone frog. Love it.
Ah, he's got his tongue out like he's catching snowflakes.
Except those aren't snowflakes. They're feathers.
Vale. 4 plumas. Las plumas están sobre todo en la lengua de la gran rana de piedra, ¿vale?
Giant stone frog. Love it.
Ah, he's got his tongue out like
Except those aren't snowflakes. They're feathers.
a little water feature.
It's making me sleepy.
Wonder how it's hooked up.
Vale.
Oh, good. A bridge.
¡Ay!
I'm glad to know there's a way to get across that tiny, tiny pond.
Not all bridges are about getting across stuff.
Claro. Esto es bonito, te pones aquí, miras el agua, miras la fuente, estás sobre el agua, es bonito. Tener una conversación.
A little pond.
It looks really, really deep for some reason. See those metal bars around the edges too?
Oh, yeah. What do you suppose they're for?
Nothing anymore. Looks like somebody broke them and then never bothered to fix it.
Ah, ¿tú crees que esto era como una especie de jaula? ¿Podría ser?
It's the door into Fitz's room.
One of only 2 ways to get into the garden.
Oh, yeah.
Y esta es la puerta de Fiona, ¿no?
More egg statues.
I don't get it. Why eggs?
Well, either they have some special significance, or the sculptor was just really lazy.
What do you mean?
An egg has got to be the easiest shape to make.
No sé yo qué decirte. Sí, seguro, pero...
The door into Poppy's room.
So only Poppy and Fitz can get into the garden?
Huh. I guess so.
Entonces este es el estanque que... o sea, la parte superior del estanque que vemos abajo en el vestíbulo. Que había como una especie de acuario...
Trees. On a roof.
In a garden.
In a garden. On a roof. Trees.
In a garden.
In a garden.
More egg statues.
I don't get it.
Well, are the sculptors.
What do you mean?
An egg has got to be the easiest shape. It's so relaxing. I might just stay here.
How shall I go finish the investigation on my own?
That'd be great.
Oh, good. A bridge.
I'm not all...
Vale, estoy mirando a ver si hay algo más que nos hayamos dejado.
It's so relaxing. I might just stay here.
How?
That'd be...
Sí que es relajante, ¿eh?
Be careful. We're pretty high up.
Yeah, we're on a roof.
We are on a roof. Vale. Pues vámonos. Vamos a preguntarte a Poppy sobre su pasado no tan lúgubre y oscuro.
I don't know what that is.
Ajá.
Weird, considering we found it hidden in your room.
Well, my room is full of junk. There's probably a bunch of stuff hidden in there. I don't mean,
Claro.
like... Please stop talking to me. Yeah, it's mine.
¿Puedes tocarla?
Can you play the tune for us?
Sure. It's literally 8 notes. I have it memorized.
Okay.
Do you know where those earmuffs came from?
I put them there.
Why?
I found them lying around. I think they belong to Fitz. I put them on the statue so he'd see them. I thought they looked like headphones, like he's in the recording studio with his guitar. No?
If they do belong to Fitz, he hasn't taken them back yet. When did you find them?
This morning.
Where?
I don't know, in a hallway. Can't remember exactly. I see a lot of birds up in the rooftop garden. They seem to really like it up there.
Why's that?
It's quiet.
Ok. Pues, dinos.
I need to confirm something with you, Poppy.
Confirm away.
What can you tell us about this cassette tape? Is it yours?
It belongs to Freya. She liked to have music playing while she was painting, you know.
And do you know what kind of music is on this tape?
No idea. Acid jazz?
It's piano music. Sounds an awful lot like your music, to be honest.
Sure it doesn't belong to you?
Why are we even talking about this? Cassette tapes have been redundant for a good few years now.
The tape was found at the crime scene. It was in the gramophone.
It's not mine. I'd never own anything like that.
Why not?
Claro.
Not my color.
Pero lo era, lo fue.
You used to like these colors.
Ridiculous.
We need a clue to compare with the cassette tape. Something that proves Poppy used to like these colors.
Fácil.
Let's take a closer look at this.
Esta de cassette rosa que encontramos en la escena del crimen.
The pink cassette tape found at the crime scene matches the pink cassette player used by Poppy in this old photo.
That is not me.
Yeah, it is. I'll prove it.
¿Cómo? Ah, bueno, claro. Ya está.
You look a little different, but Fifi and Freya are pretty recognizable. It's clearly a photo of you with your 2 best friends. Why'd you tear it up and then hide it?
I think the answer is pretty straightforward.
Ahora Poppy odia a Ceci y a Freya, no creo que sea eso, ¿eh? La foto demuestra que Poppy es la asesina, ¿no? Bueno, yo creo que Poppy ya no se siente así. Podría ser, ¿eh? Poppy ahora es otra persona, se siente de otra forma. Ya no es esa persona. De hecho, ¿quién habrá arrancado esa foto? O sea, ella misma se habrá arrancado a sí misma de la foto, ¿no? Entiendo por lo que dijo Fifi. ¿Cómo mola la música de este juego, eh?
Poppy doesn't want to look like that anymore.
That's it. Makes this whole thing seem kind of irrelevant.
Maybe. It depends on the reason.
The reason she doesn't want to look like that anymore?
Uh-huh.
The passage of time is a powerful thing.
Hold on. This means that pink cassette tape does belong to you, Poppy.
It used to. I recorded some piano music onto it and gave it to Freya as a gift. Years ago.
Freya could have easily been listening to this tape at the exact moment she was killed. There's gotta be a connection between the tape, the gramophone, and the murder.
There's one other thing I want to know. How did it get that crack down the middle?
I have no idea.
Hay muchas cosas que están rajadas. Muchas. Muchas. Es una locura. It is madness. Madness, I'm telling you. Bueno, vamos a seguir. Yo creo que podemos hacer una recapitulación de todo con los personajes antes de hablar con el profesor, ¿verdad? Háblanos de tu hija.
We spoke to your daughter, Fifi. She's some kind of super intelligent scientist. You must be proud of her.
Nani, y puto caso, ¿no? Ok.
You and Poppy get along?
Nothing. Shocker. Grimoire, what could you possibly be writing down?
Oh no, I gave up making notes ages ago. Now I'm just doodling in the margins.
Vale. Esto no
Do you recognize any
parece...
of these feathers?
No parece ser de importancia para ella.
There it is. The unfinished portrait.
So,
Looks
Vale.
that way.
Vale. Pues nada. Vámonos. Vámonos, ahora vamos a hablar con... No creo cómo se llamaba.
Now this is still in very good condition, apart from the crack, of course.
What about those shards on the inside of the horn?
Looks like somebody broke a glass and was trying to conceal the evidence. Cunning. Oh dear.
Do you know who this is?
Not a clue. I've never been one for music. Why not ask Poppy instead?
The statue was up in the rooftop garden.
Yes, it's been there a while. You can see the brass is slightly tarnished by the elements, but it's not too bad. Might be salvageable.
Está buscando el valor económico.
Is that a clue? Really?
It might be.
Poppy's a good friend to my daughter. Always has been. I think they get on well because they're so different.
different like how?
Poppy is, she's quite introspective, good with feelings. Fiona, not so much. Still, Poppy always seems to be sulking about something.
The heavy, heavy price of emotional intelligence.
Bueno, ok. Vale. No siempre es el caso, pero bueno, aceptamos barco. Aceptamos barco por el sake de el avance argumental. Pero vamos, que muchas veces ser una persona introspectiva y austera no significa ser una persona madura emocionalmente. Hablo por experiencia propia y ajena.
Who is that in the photo?
I'm quite sure that I have no idea.
Qué mentira.
An item from Poppy's childhood. Her earliest piano lessons hold some special significance for her.
Why's that?
No idea. She has never graced me with the details, and I am not forthcoming enough to ask.
You two are friends, right?
We are, yes.
But
It is clear to me now that Poppy has become tired of my company.
is it anything to do with Freya?
Oh, no. The changes in Poppy's mood have nothing to do with Freya. Her concerns simply lie elsewhere.
What's wrong?
Earmuffs do not go on statues.
Le da toque.
What a mess. Penelope should tidy up after herself.
These weren't dropped by Penny. They were dropped by birds, I think.
My argument stands.
Oh, ok, vale. Ahí tenemos un nuevo dato, es verdad. Nos falta una... Penélope y el profesor, claro, nos faltan esos dos personajes. Ok, ok. Por eso me gusta revisar esto, porque es verdad, nos faltan dos y seguramente uno está aquí y otro está aquí, ¿verdad? Ok. Esta tía me hace mucha gracia.
Poppy has remarkable musical talent. She could be famous, wealthy even, if she wanted to.
She'd probably have to leave Tangle Tower first.
Quite.
A ver, ¿qué me dices de esto?
Some breed of amphibious humanoid, potentially bipedal. Although
Si esto
none of the
recuerda a Cthulhu.
statues show the creature's feet.
I guess we'll never know.
Who's that?
Not sure. It doesn't really look like anyone we've met so far.
Strange.
Bueno, muchas veces cuando damos a los objetos de estudio, las pistas a las personas con las que hablamos no tienen en cuenta el avance que ya hemos hecho, pero bueno, sí, igualmente es interesante.
Is that a clue?
Dunno. It was important enough to be framed, though.
I framed my law degree, doesn't make it a clue.
Same? Yeah?
One of 3 statues depicting the same creature. This one is wearing headphones. Perhaps they belong to someone who likes music.
They're not headphones. They're earmuffs. For blocking out sound.
Perhaps they belong to someone who doesn't like music. Do you also have a pile of leaves as a clue?
Oh, not yet. Did you see some suspicious leaves?
Maravilloso. Dejamos tranquila, ¿vale?
A giant...
AKA a greenhouse.
Ya habíamos hablado de... Ah, no... Vamos a hablar de primero de
Poppy
Poppy.
and I are friends.
Oh, I can buy that. Dark clothes, blue hair, an average of 3 words per sentence. Oh, you're like 2 peas in a pod.
She's very kind, and she has an interest in plants. Unusual flowers, mostly. I've been teaching her.
Right.
Is something wrong?
Tenéis una relación, admítanlo ya.
What's with the broken glass?
Any idea who this is?
No idea.
Qué
Poppy's
falsos todos,
piano
¿no?
music. I remember when she started learning. She's improved a lot since then.
Yeah, that's generally how it works.
Right. Of course. Wait, those are mine, the earmuffs. They went missing about a week ago.
What do you need earmuffs for?
I use them for gardening sometimes.
Why? You don't own a chainsaw, do you?
No. I wear them while I'm gardening, and it stops people from trying to talk to me.
That's genius.
We found these up in the rooftop garden. Do you know how long they've been there?
No, could have been a long time. We don't ever really clear up the rooftop garden.
Why not?
Nature is unruly. In truth, it prefers to be left alone.
Ok. Nos vamos. Estará aquí la... ¿Cómo era, Penélope? Aviario. Ah, amiga.
My little writing desk. It's got...
There's nothing written in the book, although someone's torn a page out of the middle.
My little writing desk. It's kind of cute.
There's nothing written in the book.
Vale.
Check out that butterfly.
Looks evil.
Wow, judgmental.
Eso es verdad, parece un poco malvada, pero es gigantesca.
My little writing desk.
There's nothing written in the book.
What's with those little windows down there?
I think they're there for draining rainwater.
Ah, no sé.
Oh,
No lo había pensado.
I don't like mirrors. They steal your soul.
How do you get your hair so symmetrical without using a mirror?
I do it by weight. I can feel if one side is heavier than the other.
¿En serio?
Bird diagrams. Hand-painted.
They're beautiful. Someone really knows their stuff.
Oh. Ok.
Oh, just beautiful. What is it?
Huh?
Sort of a delicate jade, but with a little seafoam green, is that right?
Sorry?
Your hair, dear! Which shade do you use? It's lovely! And that shape, you're really pushing the envelope.
Oh,
Es que es bonito el
Thanks.
pelo.
I do what I can to offset Grimoire's beige on brown ensemble.
Detectives don't need to be brightly colored. We prefer to blend into the background.
Oh, you're the detective? Delightful. Penny Pointer, pleasure.
Is that short for Penelope?
Officially, yes, but I never can be bothered with all 4 syllables of it. Penelope sounds a little ostentatious coming out of the mouth, don't you think?
Bueno, Penny no es mucho mejor, ¿eh?
Sure. Yeah.
Ok, cuéntanos sobre ti.
20-something, Aquarius, love to travel, and nearly all of my friends are birds.
Ok.
Travel. Where to?
Anywhere at all, as long as it has species worth studying. Ornithology, they call it. I call it the only thing I've ever been good at.
And have you studied the birds here at Tangle Tower?
But of course! Where else do you think I developed my love of the field? No matter where I go, I always find myself coming home to Tangle Tower.
Because of the birds.
Oh, no, because of him! Silly to admit, but I suppose I can't bear for us to be apart.
Who are you talking
¿De
about?
profesor, entiendo?
Oh, don't you know? My fiancé, dear Fitz.
¿Cómo?
He's not really the traveling type, you see.
Fitz Fellow.
The very one.
You're engaged to a member of the Fellow family? That's interesting.
I'm not especially interested in whatever tedious feuding goes on between our 2 families. Fitz and I find it much easier to stay out of it altogether.
Ah, o sea, FF Plus PP son ellos dos.
I awoke early and headed down into the greenhouse to see Fitz. He's always there. Crack of dawn, every morning like clockwork.
How come?
It's where he's happiest. That and he has a great deal of work to do every day. Watering, pruning, mulching, whatever that is.
Do you help him with the work in the greenhouse?
Oh, no. I wouldn't dream of it. I'd probably break something.
So, you stayed with Fitz the whole day?
No. In the early afternoon, he went back inside. Rather suddenly, as it happens.
Did he say why?
He didn't. Probably just a touch of heat stroke, the poor dear. He's more delicate than you'd think.
What did you do after that?
Let's see. I returned to the aviary to feed my birds.
And how many birds are you responsible for?
Officially 4, but in truth it's more like 400.
Can they not feed themselves?
Of course, and they often do. But I think they just like the company. As do
Okay.
I.
Vale, antes de la declaración, vamos a hacerte algunas preguntas. Háblanos un poco de ti.
Oh, she's beautiful!
Ah, ok.
Who is she? Wait, is that me?
Madre mía. Por favor.
Oh, did you talk to Poppy already?
Yeah, a little bit.
And did you make any notes of what she told you?
Yeah, I did.
Lovely. Burn them. It'll all be lies.
Why would Poppy
¿Cómo?
lie to us?
Because that's what she does. She's a snake. Looks like one, too.
Don't you think you're being a little unfair, Penny?
She started it.
Ok, aquí hay un conflicto supongo que tiene que ver con Fitz, ¿verdad?
Isn't he strapping?
He is big.
And so brooding.
Kinda sulky, yeah.
I can never tell what's going on in that beautiful head of his.
It just sounds like you don't know him very well.
I don't remember asking for your input.
Sí, es verdad, es un poco rara esta persona.
She'd sit in the aviary, first thing in the morning, and paint the birds. Sometimes she'd ask me their names.
Freya was interested in studying bird species too?
No, just wanted to know their names. Isabelle, Clementine, Myrtle, Lysandre, Genevieve.
Got it, thanks.
For my 21st birthday, she gave me a framed painting. All the birds from a single spring, with their names written underneath. I can't begin to tell you how much I've treasured it.
Sounds like you two were close.
I feel like I always struggled to articulate my admiration for her, but she had a way of understanding unspoken things.
Qué bonitos a veces. Este juego a veces puede ser muy ligero con las bromas y con el humor, o sea, muy así como muy, ¿cómo decirlo? Muy macarra. Pero por otras partes puede llegar a ser muy bonito y muy profundo, y las cosas y las expresiones que usan los personajes para hablar muchas veces rozan incluso, es tan bonito lo que dicen a veces y las estructuras con las que dicen las cosas que a veces resulta incluso poético, resulta como muy bonito. Me está gustando mucho el tono.
She's a most unsavory little... She was incredibly rude about my appearance.
Which part? The giant bird arms, or...
If I were her, I'd go easy on the judgment of others. I mean, look at her. She looks like the ghost of a scarecrow.
Es verdad.
I just wish Uncle Pointer would tell her to behave herself.
Professor Pointer? Why him?
Oh, it was Uncle that called her in. She's his responsibility. Did you not know that?
Creo que no. No lo sabíamos, ¿no?
She mostly ignores me, if I'm honest.
How come?
Well, we're not quite on the same intellectual level.
Oh. You don't need to.
No. It's quite all right. I'm comfortable with it. I must say, I really don't care for the den of self-delusion that he's retreated into.
Qué cruel.
People are better off when they just let themselves be themselves. Between you and me, I think Felix is secretly rather miserable.
Todos, en general, quiero decir, toda vida puede mejorar desde el punto de vista personal.
A fellow bird enthusiast. She's quite the expert, truth be told. Studied them professionally at one point. I think her father taught her.
Are you friends with Flora?
A little bit.
La pregunta es difícil para hablando de alguien que no habla, ¿no?
Peace and quiet. I dare say I'm a little too loud for her.
I can see that.
I do admire her, though, really. Always felt like she could have done better than settle for Felix.
Ouch.
I said it.
Pero ha sido cruel.
You know, it's probably quite impressive. To a visitor, fresh eyes and all that.
Not to you?
Try living in it for 20 years. The sheen wears off. If it wasn't for my fits, I'd have little reason to stay.
What about inheritance? You're the next oldest pointer after your uncle, aren't you?
Well, thank you very much for phrasing it like that. But no, any money left in the Pointer family will pass down directly to Poppy.
Is that fair?
I couldn't care less, to be perfectly honest. Finally! I get to see a detective's case file.
That's a very specific thing to be excited about.
Well, only last week I asked that miserable Hawkshaw woman if I could see her case notes.
I'm guessing she said no.
Would have been much more polite if she had just said no. Instead, she was quite rude to me. Accused me of being, what was it? A shallow sensationalist.
Hombre, un poco, sí, la verdad, sí. No se equivocaba, ¿eh?
I'm sure I've read about this creature somewhere. Don't remember anything about him playing the harp, though.
A lo mejor te refieres a este.
Haven't seen this one in a while. He lives in the music room, doesn't he?
Currently.
O a este.
Lovely.
Entonces nos faltan dos más por lo que han dicho. Han dicho que eran 5.
Goodness me. Poppy really doesn't take care of her belongings, does she?
It wasn't in Poppy's room. It was in the little pond in the garden.
Exactly! Hardly the place for it. Hello. Who penned this juicy little number?
We don't know. It's not signed.
An anonymous letter? Classic clue. I doubt Freya intended it, but the overall effect is a little unsettling, don't you think? It's Flora that's the problem. She's an inescapably haunting presence, bless her. Oh, that's rather sad.
Esta tiene pinta a primeras luces parece que no sabe nada, ¿eh?
There used to be all kinds of birds here at Tangle Tower. The most fascinating breeds, all totally unique.
Used to be? There are birds all over the place.
Most of them are rather ordinary, I'm afraid.
What happened to the non-ordinary ones?
That is a very good question. I don't know what that is. Gaudy old thing, isn't it? Flora seems very fond of it. I've never understood why. But then I could say the same thing about her husband.
Heyo!
Poppy's gramophone. She's had it for a long time. As a young child, she'd call it her mama phone, on account of it belonging to her mother.
That's cute.
Oh yes, adorable. How terrible.
You recognize it?
The color scheme. 3 different pinks. Obscene.
Madre mía. Por el amor de
I
Cristo.
can't decide what's worse. How she looks here, or how she looks now.
Do you know who this is? In the photo?
Oh, absolutely no idea.
Ajá. Ajá.
Very nice.
You've seen these before?
Yes.
All of them. Even this one of...
Yes.
Qué cabrón el tío, ¿eh?
Freya was very talented, even at that age.
Do you know how old this photo is?
Not sure. Must be a couple of years at least. Sometime before Fiona settled on her current style. Freya doesn't take very good care of her paints, does she? But then she was always rather bohemian, had her own priorities. Ooh, delightful. More of a gemstone than a fruit, isn't it?
Inedible, too, I think.
Yes. At one point I thought Fitz might be growing them to sell them. But honestly, I think he just likes the way they look. A bit vain to carve wooden figurines of oneself, isn't it?
Bueno.
If I'm not mistaken, that little red and white one is supposed to be a bird of some kind.
Pero hacer una escultura de ti mismo, si lo haces una vez, eso puede ser algo curioso.
I know a lot of people rather like this painting, but it's a little much for me. I find it overbearing. And for some reason, it makes me feel bad for Freya. I think she was more troubled than we knew. Ooh, a secret diary.
That's our guess, too.
Excellent. Looks a little simple for Poppy, doesn't it? I thought she was a grade 12 or something.
I didn't know there were that many grades.
I'm sure they invented some new ones just for her.
Madre mía, la rabia, ¿no, hermana? Ok. Declaración.
Sometime in the evening, I left the aviary and headed back towards my room. But in the hall, I spotted Uncle Pointer heading down the stairs. He was muttering something. Seemed a bit upset, the poor dear. I followed him down, but the grand hall was empty by the time I got there. Empty aside from Detective Hawkshaw, who was loitering over by the library. I don't know what it was, but she looked a little lost. I inquired about the professor, and she told me he'd gone up the fellow tower. I ran up the stairs, hoping to catch up with him, but Felix appeared and blocked my path. For some reason, he was coming out of Fitz's bedroom. He looked rather lost, too. I told him I was looking for Uncle. He suggested we look up in Flora's tower room, we could see from the hallway. The door was off its hinges. I knew then something was terribly wrong. A moment later, we were gazing down on the body of poor Freya. Uncle Pointer was there. Fitz, too, standing over in the corner with Fifi and Poppy.
What about Flora?
Of course, silent as ever. Uncle suggested we should leave. Give the others some space, you know. So he and I both returned to our rooms in Pointer Tower.
Vale, me quedo con esto.
We can get into Penny's room now.
Now, like, right now?
No, luego yo diría. Vale.
An especially fancy cage.
And it's home to 3 especially fancy birds.
3 pájaros de colores vivos en una pesada y ornamentada jaula. Bastante exóticos, ¿no?
Does this count as being outdoors?
Yeah. No. Doesn't matter. They're bird cages. But the birds are coming and going freely.
Is that a metaphor?
Oh, it totally is. They're bird cages, but the birds...
that a
Oh,
metaphor?
it totally
No parece
is.
que haya nada más aquí, ¿verdad?
A rather magnificent bush. Somewhat cruelly confined to a stone pot.
There's a letter P carved into the side.
Sí.